Hello. In an earlier video, we learned about personal pronouns. In this video, we take up the concept of reflexive pronouns. As we know, the subject is the doer of the action in a sentence. When the action done by the subject is reflected back to the subject by a pronoun, it is called reflexive pronoun. Now, what do we mean by reflexive pronoun? Let's see the features. Reflexive pronouns refer to the same person or thing as the subject. Subject is usually a noun. It can even be a pronoun, yes. And this reflexive pronoun refers to the same person or thing as the subject. They are used in the objective case. That is, as the object of the verb in the sentence. So the reflexive pronoun is always in the position of the object in a sentence. Since, as we discussed in the first point, the reflexive pronoun refers to the subject, therefore, logically, the subject and the object refer to the same person or persons. Now, how do we derive the reflexive pronouns? Now, it's a very simple thing. We add self, that means self, to the singular personal pronouns. Let us work them out. My. My is a personal pronoun. It is singular in number. So, what do we do? To create the reflexive pronoun, we add self to my. So it becomes myself. So both my and myself are in the first person. Your is a pronoun in the second person and we add self to it. So yourself is a reflexive pronoun in the second person. Her, personal pronoun, and we add self and it becomes herself. Both are in the third person. Him, himself, that is also third person. It, itself, third person. So here what have we done? We have added self to the personal pronouns which are singular. So when we are referring to one person or one thing, we just have to add self. Now what happens when the number is plural? So instead of self, we add the plural, which is selves. Let us see. Our. It is first person, and now what do? We add selves, ourselves. Your, second person, we add yourselves. Them becomes themselves. So this is how we add selves to the personal pronouns which are plural. Now, in a sentence, how do we identify the reflexive pronouns? So, there is a simple rule. We ask a question. That's what we had done even in the earlier videos when we were doing subject and predicate. So, we ask a question. Now, what is the question? We ask the question whom after the verb because we want to derive the object because reflexive pronoun is in the position of the object. So we need to ask the question whom. Let's take a few examples. They hid themselves while playing. So first of all, we identify the verb. Which is the verb? Hid. So we ask the question, they hid whom? And we get the object, the answer, themselves. So this is the reflexive pronoun, themselves. So it's very simple. Let's look at the second example. She loves herself too much. First look for the verb, loves. What's the question we will ask? She loves whom? And because it's a reflexive pronoun and the reflexive pronoun is related to the subject, therefore the answer is she loves herself. So herself is the reflexive pronoun. We landed ourselves in trouble due to haste. Which is the verb? Landed. We landed whom in trouble? Ourselves. So, ourselves is the reflexive pronoun. He hurt himself while gardening. Verb? Hurt. He hurt whom? He hurt himself. So, himself is the reflexive pronoun. The cat licked itself clean. Which is the verb? Licked. What's the question we ask? The cat licked whom? The cat licked itself. So, itself is the reflexive pronoun. So, once we have gone through these examples, it becomes very clear. You just identify the verb, ask the question whom, and you will get the answer. And that is the reflexive pronoun. But you must see that it ends in SELF if it is singular, or in selves if it is plural, and it must be related to the subject. So then it is a reflexive pronoun. So I hope you have understood the concept of reflexive pronoun. Now take a quick test on TeachYaar.com to revise what you have learned. To take the test, scan the QR code with your mobile device or click on the link given below the video in the description section and comment section. Subscribe to the TeachYaar YouTube channel for notifications.